Good evening, and welcome to the third annual Influential Women of Law Awards ceremony, brought to you by Virginia Lawyers Weekly. We are delighted to have you joining us for tonight's online event. During our program, we'll be celebrating 30 outstanding lawyers in the class of 2021. Honorees in the Influential Women of Law Awards program are high-achieving women attorneys from across the Commonwealth. The people that we honor tonight are leading lights in the Virginia legal establishment. They have had a significant positive effect on law practice in the Commonwealth. We encourage all of you to celebrate and engage socially with your fellow attendees as we recognize these special people. We are ready to begin and hope you enjoy the program from the comfort of your homes and offices. And now, please give a warm virtual welcome as we introduce your host, Paul Fletcher, publisher and editor-in-chief of Virginia Lawyers Weekly.
Good evening, and welcome to the 2021 Influential Women of Law program from Virginia Lawyers Weekly. I'm Paul Fletcher, the publisher and editor of Lawyers Weekly, and we are so pleased that you could join us this evening as we celebrate 30 outstanding Virginia lawyers in our class of 2021 in the Influential Women of Law program. At Virginia Lawyers Weekly, we have several lawyer awards programs. Leaders in the Law, our flagship, honors leading attorneys who set the example for other lawyers. Our Virginia Lawyers Hall of Fame honors senior members of the bar, age 60 or older. Up-and-coming lawyers recognizes lawyers in their first 10 years of practice. And our Unsung Legal Heroes program salutes law firm employees who go above and beyond. The Influential Women of Law celebrates women attorneys and judges. Some of you will recall that from 2009 to 2015, we hosted a program called Influential Women of Virginia. That program honored high-achieving women in a number of professional fields. As we restarted the program, we focused on the legal field. The people that we honor tonight are leading lights in the Virginia legal establishment. They have run bar groups, spearheaded important initiatives, and chaired major committees. They are at the top of their chosen practice fields. In short, they all have had a significant positive impact on law practice in the Commonwealth of Virginia. Normally, for one of our awards events, we would be lifting a glass and sharing fine conversation over hors d'oeuvres at the John Marshall in downtown Richmond. But with the uncertainties of trying to plan a gathering during the pandemic, even at the end of the pandemic, we have opted for a virtual online program this evening. That doesn't dim the fact that we are so very proud to celebrate the achievements of our class of 2021. And as we get started, I want to thank a group of people without whom this program literally wouldn't be possible. Our sponsors.
Our platinum sponsor, Barnes & Deal, and our bronze sponsors, Goodman Allen Donnelly and Patton Warnham Hatton and Diamondstein.
At this point, I'd like to introduce Ed Barnes of Barnes & Deal, our platinum sponsor, who will share a few words with us. Ed?
Good evening. I'm Edward Barnes. I'd like to welcome you to the Influential Women in the Law for 2021 by Lawyers Weekly. Barnes & Deal is proud and pleased to sponsor this wonderful event to honor outstanding women in the law who have distinguished themselves by going above and beyond in their service to the law, community organizations, the legal profession, charitable organizations, and other community services. Join me in saluting and honoring these fine examples of what it means to be an influential woman in the law. Thank you.
Thanks, Ed. Now to the main event. We'll be joined in presenting the class of 2021 by Susan Pocamazzo, our group publisher, and Jason Bowman, our reporter. The first honoree is Kelly Budd. Kelly is the managing partner of her firm in Arlington, Madavi, Dumar, Budd, and Levine. A native of Chicago, Kelly is a past president and current board member of the Northern Virginia Black Attorneys Association. She also serves on the board of the Fairfax Bar, and she's the past chair of the FBA's Judicial Screening Committee. She also serves on the board of Legal Services of Northern Virginia, and she stays connected to the community by serving as corporate secretary and as a board member for the Northern Virginia Black Chamber of Commerce. In 2020, she received a Trailblazer Award from the Greater Washington Area Chapter of the Women Lawyers Division of the National Bar Association. Her favorite getaway spot? Seville, Spain. And she has an affinity for Spain. She said when studying in Germany during her last semester of law school, she met her husband, who is from Madrid. Congratulations, Kelly. Next honoree, Kristen Church. Kristen is a partner at Gentry Lock in Roanoke, where she is the firm's go-to lawyer for intellectual property and healthcare issues. A native of Franklin County, Kristen has chaired the Health and Law Commission of the Virginia State Bar Young Lawyers Conference and served on the Virginia Bar Association's Health Law Section Council. She also is a board member of the Roanoke Bar Association and chaired its Young Lawyers Committee in 2016-17. During the pandemic last year, Kristen stepped in to help advise many firm clients on a variety of different COVID-19 related issues. She analyzed the legislation and ever-changing guidance coming out of Washington to give prompt advice on the CARES Act and other COVID-related matters. She gave seminars and wrote articles on these topics to help keep up with the changing legal landscape. All those efforts helped firm clients navigate the many challenges presented by the pandemic. Congratulations, Kristen. Rita Davis has a very important client, Governor Ralph Northam. He serves as Chief Legal Counsel in the Governor's office, providing advice on a host of issues, including how to navigate the Commonwealth through the pandemic. In fact, for her advice to the Governor during the year of COVID-19, her nominators said, "No other woman has been as influential in Virginia law in the last 16 months as Rita Davis." She reviewed the rules and limits of executive authority while desiring to preserve the public health. And she worked with colleagues and staff at departments across the Virginia state government. That work included coordinating with the Office of the Attorney General, which had to defend more than 50 legal challenges to the governor's powers. Before her current position, Rita was a police officer in Lynchburg for 3 years before going to law school. She spent 15 years as counsel at the firm now known as Hunton Andrews Kurth before joining the AG's office in 2016. Congratulations, Rita. Our next honoree is Diane Flannery of Richmond. Diane chairs the Products, Environmental, and Mass Tort Litigation Department at McGuire Woods. That's a group of 50 lawyers. Focuses on the most complicated cases, including class actions and multi-district litigation, or MDL, cases. There have been only 3 MDLs assigned to Virginia over the past 18 years. Diane was lead counsel in 2 of them. She was court-appointed lead defense counsel for Lumber Liquidators in a pair of class actions involving personal injuries from allegations of formaldehyde contamination in flooring and allegations of defective products and mislabeling. She was able to secure a favorable settlement for Lumber Liquidators, and she got court approval for that settlement in March of 2020. She's been a member of the boards of the Richmond Chamber of Commerce and of the Federal Bar Association. Diane shared that her guilty pleasure is wine and nachos, and that might go well with another of her favorite activities. She's a member of 2 book clubs. Congratulations, Diane. Our next honoree, Vicki Francois. For almost 25 years, Vicki Francois has enjoyed a thriving solo practice in Roanoke, focusing primarily on family law matters, ranging from divorce, custody, assisted reproductive technology, LGBTQ, and transgender issues. She's an adjunct professor of paralegal studies at Virginia Western Community College, and she's been active in the Roanoke Bar Association and is a board member of Blue Ridge Legal Services, Inc., the legal aid society serving the Shenandoah and Roanoke valleys. She shared that her very first jury trial She was court-appointed counsel in a first-degree murder case. She had been in praxis all of 16 months. Nevertheless, the jury came back with a not guilty verdict after a 2-day trial. Vicki now lives in Roanoke and went to law school in Oklahoma, but she originally hails from Green Bay, Wisconsin. She said that you have no choice but to be a fan of the Packers if you're born there. Congratulations, Vicki. Our next honoree is Betty Groundlick. Betty is a partner at Reed Smith, and she leads the firm's labor and employment teams in both Richmond and Tyson's Corner. She has a record of success in defending companies in matters involving whistleblower claims, Title VII, the Americans with Disabilities Act, the Family and Medical Leave Act, and the Fair Labor Standards Act, among others. And in addition to her trial victories, she has secured favorable results in more than 100 labor and employment arbitrations. Betty's an active member of the Virginia Bar Association, having served 2 separate 3-year terms on the governing council of the VBA Labor and Employment section. She's the founding director and past president of the Richmond chapter of the National Association of Women Business Owners. Betty's advice to a woman who is starting out in a legal career, she said, ask a lot of questions and look for mentors and sponsors who will really be honest and support your career. Try to find people you can learn from. Congratulations, Betty. Tracy Taylor Haig is our next honoree. Tracy is a trial lawyer with the Richmond office of Van Deventer Black. She focuses her practice on the defense of malpractice claims for a number of professions, including law, medicine, insurance, and real estate, as well as representing various healthcare facilities such as hospitals and large academic medical centers. She has successfully represented healthcare providers in courts across Virginia and before various state licensing boards. She's a member of Van Deventer's Diversity, Inclusion, and Social Justice Committee, which is responsible for implementing firm initiatives on those issues. She currently chairs the professional liability section of the Virginia Association of Defense Attorneys. She frequently lectures to various groups, including physicians, nurses, risk managers, hospital administrators, and lawyers. She said that she always wanted to be a lawyer. Her father was a lawyer who practiced for more than 40 years until he retired. And she said there was never a doubt that she would follow in his footsteps. Congratulations, Tracy. Our next honoree, Donna Hall. Donna practices in Norfolk, and in 1989, she became one of the first female Chapter 7 trustees in Virginia, a position she held until 2008. She's now with Goodman Allen Donnelly in the firm's Norfolk office, working on numerous Chapter 11 cases and serving clients across the country in Virginia courts. Donna has been a leader in the bankruptcy bar in Virginia. She served 26 years on the board of the Tidewater Bankruptcy Bar Association, including a stint as president. That group in 2017 won a Virginia State Bar Certificate of Achievement for its 25th annual seminar. This is an annual program that started when Donna was seminar chair in 1992. The bar group selected Donna to accept their honor from the VSB. Had she not been a lawyer, Donna said she might have been a sportscaster or a sports agent. Her dad instilled a love of sports very early on, including going to many college football and basketball games and pro football contests. A memorable Christmas gift she got one year when she was in middle school, it was a thick volume called The Encyclopedic History of Professional Football.
I've had the honor and the pleasure of knowing and working with Donna for a couple of years now and being one of her nominators for this recognition. Donna is really deserving of this recognition because in addition to her zealous representation of her clients, her advocacy, and her involvement with the bar over a decades-long career, she really goes out of her way to mentor younger attorneys, to involve them with the bar and the bench, and to contribute to the local and the statewide legal community in any way that she can.
As a young attorney, Donna has really done a lot to introduce me to the bench and the bar, to mentor me in new areas of practice, and I think she deserves this award.
We've been privileged to have Donna here at the firm, and as one of the newest influential women inductees, we're glad to have this opportunity to introduce her to the rest of the Commonwealth. Congratulations, Donna!
Congratulations, Donna. Shamika Hankins is our next honoree. After serving as president of the Southampton Roads Bar Association in 2018-19, Shamika was named the Virginia State Bar's Local Bar Leader of the Year in 2020. Since January 2019, she has practiced with Invictus Law in Virginia Beach, where she is director of their criminal defense practice. She joined the firm after working as an assistant Commonwealth's attorney in Norfolk for nearly 6 years. In addition to her bar work with Southampton Roads, she is on the statewide executive board of the Virginia Women Attorneys Association and is the vice chair of the Virginia Beach Bar's Public Service Committee. She said that one of her favorite vacations was to Aruba, but as a getaway spot, she added, Jamaica is a very close second. She said her proudest accomplishment of her career so far was being sworn in to the United States Supreme Court and meeting Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Congratulations, Shamika. Our next honoree, Rudine Mercer Haynes. Rudine serves as the firm-wide hiring partner at Hunton Andrews Kurth. She's also the co-leader of the firm's structured finance and securitization practice, where she focuses on residential mortgage financing. She serves on the Goals and Metrics Committee of the firm's Diversity and Inclusion Committee, and she has planned numerous minority retreats and attorney gatherings. This year, she was elected to Hunton's 12-member executive committee, the group overseeing the firm's management and business. Rudine's efforts are widely recognized in the legal community. She was recently named to the National Black Lawyers Top 100 list for Virginia, and she was also recognized as a Nation's Best 2020 honoree by Lawyers of Color. What is her guilty pleasure? Cake, particularly non-chocolate cake. As Rudine said, I will celebrate your birthday or attend your wedding, even if I don't know you, if I get to eat cake. Congratulations, Rudine. And now for the next group of honorees, here's Susan Bocamazzo, our group publisher.
Thank you, Paul. Our next honoree is Christine Hissong, an attorney with Reese Law in Fairfax who practices family law. She is a court-certified mediator and co-chair of the Fairfax Bar Association's ADR section. Christine is active in the group Collaborative Professionals of Northern Virginia, serving as the group's membership chair and on its Equality and Inclusion Committee. As a mediator certified by the Supreme Court of Virginia, she uses her expertise in the Fairfax County Domestic Relations Mediation Program of the county's J&DR Court. Christine said she grew up in Buffalo, New York, living there until she left for law school at Capital University in Columbus, Ohio. One bonus from growing up in Buffalo, Christine said she is not afraid to drive in the snow. Had she not gone into law, Christine said she would have enjoyed being a teacher. Her biggest career challenge, she said, accepting that she cannot help everyone. Congratulations to Christine. Tracy Houck is the managing partner of the Harris Law Firm in Fredericksburg. She is an experienced litigation attorney who serves on the board of the Virginia Trial Lawyers Association. Her leadership extends to membership on numerous other boards, including those of Legal Services of Virginia and Friends of the Rappahannock. She is a member of the Boyd Graves Conference. Tracy told us she grew up on a dairy farm in Spotsylvania County, where there were 120 cows that had to be milked twice a day, every day, plus other chores. She helped her father as best she could. Weekends just meant there was no school, but she says she wouldn't trade that for anything. Tracy said the proudest moment of her career so far came at the end of a jury trial that she won. The client turned to her with tears in her eyes. She said, "They believed me." Congratulations to Tracy. Newport News lawyer Erin Jewell is a partner with Patton, Warnham, Hatton, and Diamonstein, where she handles asbestos litigation and products cases. She is a past chair of the VTLA CLE committee, and this year she became the parliamentarian and member of the executive committee. This job is at the first rung on the VTLA leadership ladder that ends in serving as president. Erin is also active in AAJ, the National Trial Lawyers Group, where she has been on the board since 2018. Erin said her proudest professional moment was her opportunity to provide testimony at the General Assembly in 2020 and earlier this year on time limits in asbestos cases. In both years, the legislators listened and made the requested changes. We asked our honorees to identify a guilty pleasure. Erin's answer: online shopping, watching anything on Bravo, possibly watching Bravo while online shopping.
I have known Erin Jewell since she first came to my law firm in the year 2004. Erin is a very intelligent, good lawyer that has exhibited herself so well in our firm. And Erin, I just want to congratulate you on receiving this wonderful award from the Lawyers Weekly magazine. It's certainly well deserved. Good job.
Erin, we are so proud of you. Your painstaking attention to detail and dedicated service to our clients and the cause of justice serves you well. On behalf of all the attorneys and staff at PWHD, congratulations!
Congratulations to Erin. Leesburg lawyer Elizabeth Lancaster, a partner with Whitbeck Bennett, is an authority on juvenile law in Virginia. She has decades of courtroom experience, serving clients in divorce, spousal support, and child custody matters. She was a public defender for more than 15 years, appeared in Loudoun Circuit and J&DR Court on a nearly daily basis, advocating on behalf of her clients. She said that was her legacy. There are now 3,500 kids who did not penetrate deeper into the criminal justice system. 3,500 kids who had an advocate and had an adult truly be their voice when they couldn't articulate their interests. 3,500 kids who are now contributing adults. And she sees quite a few of them, often enough to know she did her job well. Elizabeth said that had she not become a lawyer, she would have wanted to be an MD, PhD, specializing in pediatric oncology. Congratulations to Elizabeth. Norfolk lawyer Jamila LaCruz has maintained her own solo practice in Norfolk since 2015. In 2020, she was named the Virginia State Bar Young Lawyer of the Year, after serving as both president of the Southampton Roads Bar Association and as chair of the Norfolk and Portsmouth Bar's Young Lawyers section during 2019 to 2020. She volunteers on behalf of numerous groups. To name just a few, she is the vice chair of the Norfolk Board of Zoning Appeals. She is on the board of the Legal Aid Society of Eastern Virginia. And 2 years ago, Governor Ralph Northam appointed her as one of 3 members of Virginia State Board of Elections. To maintain her personal and professional lives, Jamila said she makes an effort not to work from home and to keep home and office spaces separate, even though she works many hours. Congratulations to Jamila. An experienced trial lawyer, Bridget Long is known for her leadership skills and her integrity. She is the current president-elect of the Virginia Trial Lawyers Association and has served on the VTLA board since 2008. At her practice, Bridget represents clients in a variety of personal injury cases. She has obtained multiple million-dollar verdicts while serving as a hardworking and thoughtful advocate for her clients. She was made a partner at Allen in 2018 and maintains their Petersburg office. Bridget says her proudest career achievement is being part of the inception of the VTLA's Women's Caucus, where she served as the first chair. Since its inception, the caucus has grown exponentially and serves as a networking opportunity for young women trial lawyers. Congratulations to Bridget. As an assistant federal public defender, Lisa Lorish represents indigent individuals ranging from petty offenses to high-profile, difficult cases. She also taught the Criminal Defense Clinic at the University of Virginia School of Law for several years. In her current role, Lisa has become the appellate specialist in her district and regularly consults with attorneys on appellate matters. She has argued 13 cases before the Fourth Circuit with great success. She also chairs the Charlottesville-Albemarle Bar Association's Pro Bono Committee. After the passage of the First Step Act in 2018, Lisa has been able to help reduce the sentences of almost 100 incarcerated people who were serving sentences longer than they would receive today. Lisa notes this as her proudest career achievement. Congratulations to Lisa. A partner of her Williamsburg firm, Susan Childers North litigates a wide variety of employment law issues ranging from discrimination to business conspiracy cases. She has served as a mentor to her peers and is well respected by her colleagues. Called the consummate professional attorney in her nomination, Susan co-manages her firm's Richmond and Williamsburg offices while litigating a variety of complicated employment issues. She is also experienced in defending complex multi-plaintiff cases. Susan often shares her expertise in employment issues, having presented at Virginia State Bar and Virginia Bar Association conferences on employment law issues. Additionally, Susan is a member of the Virginia State Bar Diversity Conference and the National Asian Pacific American Bar Association, where she is actively involved. Congratulations to Susan. In a 20-plus career as a prosecutor, Nancy Oglesby handled thousands of domestic violence, child abuse, and sexual assault cases. In addition, she has helped develop model law enforcement policies related to intimate partner and sexual violence. As a prosecutor, Nancy serves as an advocate for victims and survivors of domestic violence, child abuse, and sexual assault. Nancy has been appointed to numerous statewide boards, commissions, and task forces aimed at combating domestic and sexual violence. In 2011, Nancy received the Virginia S. Duval Distinguished Juvenile and Domestic Court Prosecutor Award. In 2016, she helped form Justice 3D to provide advanced level training and consulting for professionals who investigate and respond to violent crimes. Congratulations to Nancy. Manassas lawyer Mary Grace O'Malley is past president of Virginia Women's Attorneys Association. She also has served as vice chair of the Virginia State Bar Clients Protection Board. Mary Grace said that she is from Prince William County, where she practices, and that background helps her connect with a diverse group of clients. A member of the Virginia, DC, and Maryland bars, Mary Grace is a trial lawyer known to help assist fellow attorneys with the latest changes in court rules and procedures. She's also an active member of both the Prince William County and Fairfax Bar Associations. Mary Grace established her own firm in 2008 in Prince William County, which she calls the proudest accomplishment of her legal career. Her favorite getaway is a rural area in Western Ireland where her family is from called Achill Island. Mary Grace said visits there give her a chance to visit with her family who reside there. Congratulations to Mary Grace. And now it's my pleasure to turn the proceedings over to Jason.
Thanks, Susan. Our next honoree is Sharon E. Pandak. A former Prince William County attorney, Sharon Pandak currently is a partner at Grehan, Taves, and Pandak in Woodbridge. She is a past president of the local government attorneys of Virginia and the Prince William Bar. Sharon has been a leader in service to the legal profession. She currently serves on the Conflict of Interest and Ethics Advisory Council and has previously served on the Commonwealth Transportation Board. In addition, Sharon is currently a member of the American Bar Association's Standing Committee on Professionalism. She shared a war story with us. Once she was in a negotiation on a contentious local government matter, and an apparently exasperated opposing party turned to her and asked, "Miss Pandak, what do you want?" Spontaneously, she responded smiling, "Peace in our time." The impasse was broken and moved towards a productive resolution. Sharon said, "I was reminded how a bit of humor and humanity can sometimes be worth more than legal argument." Congratulations, Sharon. As Deputy Commonwealth's Attorney in Charlottesville, Arashini Pather has helped manage professional and personal ethical dilemmas at her office. She has served as a lead prosecutor for sexual assault and Title IX investigations and specializes in prosecuting serious felonies. Additionally, Arashini practices regular community outreach by speaking to houses of worship and other groups in the community. Coworkers refer to Arashini as the North Star in the office on all matters related to ethical dilemmas. Recently, Arashini helped launch Books Behind Bars, Life, Literature, and Leadership in conjunction with the University of Virginia. It will be the first adult program with residents receiving college credit at the Albemarle Charlottesville Regional Jail. Arashini is originally from Cape Town, South Africa. Because her family is Indian, she said they were considered non-white under the apartheid laws. Her grandfather was active in the anti-apartheid movement. These experiences, Arashini said, motivated her to become a lawyer to work for change. Congratulations, Arashini. Dean Wendy Collins Perdue. The first female dean at the University of Richmond Law School, Wendy Perdue has prioritized initiatives aimed at growing the profession. Under her leadership, Richmond Law has risen 33 places in national law school rankings. In the beginning of her legal career, Dean Perdue clerked for future U.S. Supreme Court Justice Anthony Kennedy and worked as an associate at a D.C. law firm. She then served as an associate dean at Georgetown University before joining the University of Richmond in 2011. She shared the fact that in college, she sold vacuum cleaners door to door. She wasn't particularly good at it, but it did result in her first courtroom appearance. She sued the company in small claims court when they wouldn't pay her commission. Representing herself, the judge said she could take a non-suit and come back with a lawyer or he would decide against her. She took the non-suit, but since she had the company's demo model, she was able to leverage partial payment. The lesson? Bargaining power doesn't always come from law. Congratulations, Dean Wendy Collins Purdue. Roanoke lawyer Elizabeth Pero has been honored numerous times during her career as a successful medical malpractice defense trial lawyer. She was the second youngest president of the Virginia Association of Defense Attorneys and the second woman to hold that office. In a 20-plus year career, Elizabeth has defended multiple million-dollar medical malpractice verdicts and has successfully defended physicians, nurses, and hospitals in litigation. She has also shared her expertise, offering a chapter of Virginia CLE on medical malpractice law in Virginia. For her success, Elizabeth was honored as the 2017 Roanoke Lawyer of the Year for medical malpractice law. She currently serves as a steering committee member of the Boyd Graves Conference. She grew up in rural Amherst County, where her first job was working on the family farm where they raised horses and cattle. She said this work taught responsibility and gave her a strong work ethic. Congratulations, Elizabeth. One of the founding partners of her Norfolk firm, Kim Phillips, has been honored as a top family law attorney. Phillips & Peters, previously honored as Norfolk Small Business of the Year, has grown to serve more than 600 clients. Apart from her service as an attorney, Kim volunteered as a substitute judge for the city of Norfolk from 2015 through 2020. In that time, she presided over 800 cases on a wide range of issues. During that time, she also helped organize and manage the annual mock trial program put on by Norfolk Public Schools and the Norfolk Portsmouth Bar Association. Kim remains involved in the local community by volunteering with the Children's Hospital of the King's Daughters. She previously taught as an adjunct law professor at Regent University. For her guilty pleasure, Kim says she enjoys binge watching a good historical fiction series on one of the streaming services. Congratulations, Kim. Melissa Ray is a successful trial attorney who often represents clients dealing with birth injury or medical malpractice cases. She currently serves as a vice president of the Virginia Trial Lawyers Association after years on the VTLA Board of Governors. Melissa has been recognized multiple times for obtaining million-dollar settlements for her clients, including some of the largest medical malpractice verdicts in Virginia. She is noted for seeking justice for her clients with compassion and integrity. She is also a member of the Virginia Women's Attorney Association and the Prince William County Bar Association. Outside of work, Melissa volunteers annually for National Young Readers Day at elementary schools in Prince William County. Melissa said she grew up on Bainbridge Island in Washington State, a suburb of Seattle. She said she had the best of both worlds, a small close-knit community on the island, but access to all the benefits of a big city in Seattle. Congratulations, Melissa. For more than 20 years, Mary Beth Sherwin has been with Kaufman & Knowles, handling healthcare and trust in estates matters. In the community, she has served on several local healthcare and hospital boards. In her practice, Mary Beth routinely advises healthcare clients on issues from risk management to medical treatment proceedings. She was named one of the best lawyers in America in 2021, one of several accolades earned over her career. Prior to entering private practice, she clerked for U.S. District Judge Rebecca Beach Smith. On top of her caseload, Mary Beth is the first woman to chair Kaufman & Knowles Diversity and Inclusion Committee, where she is charged with recruiting and retaining diverse attorneys. She said she is incredibly proud of the work she has done on the committee. Mary Beth said if she could change anything about law practice, it would be to eliminate the billable hour. Also, she said she would hope the legal world could be more inclusive of differences, for they bring so much to an otherwise conservative landscape. Congratulations, Mary Beth Sherwin. As Chief Deputy Commonwealth's Attorney, Marie Walls is responsible for the day-to-day administration at the Suffolk Commonwealth's Attorney's Office. She trains and mentors interns and young attorneys while overseeing the office's changing decisions. In her role, Marie is in charge of a 37-person staff. Additionally, Marie helps train and mentor legal interns and coordinates the office's community outreach program in schools. She has been recognized as a leader in prosecuting sexual assault crimes and homicides in Suffolk. Marie chairs the multidisciplinary team at Children's Hospital of the King's Daughters, where she has lectured about protecting children and victims of domestic violence. She previously served as faculty for the National Association of District Attorneys to help educate young prosecutors on trial advocacy. Her proudest accomplishment so far? Marie said it has been helping one victim at a time seek justice by listening to each of their stories, concerns, and fears, and most importantly, simply to let them be heard. Congratulations, Marie. A partner at Troutman Pepper, Richmond lawyer Erin Whaley specializes in helping healthcare clients with a wide variety of issues. She also serves on the Greater Richmond Bar Foundation board and helps promote legal access to underserved communities. As an attorney, Erin has become a go-to lawyer for corporate and regulatory matters involving healthcare entities. At Troutman Pepper, she currently serves on the firm's COVID-19 task force, which has been recognized as a top firm in COVID-19 client response. She also serves as the firm's pro bono partner. With the Greater Richmond Bar Foundation, Erin helps promote pro bono service and community outreach to underserved communities. She currently provides pro bono services to the Mid-Atlantic Innocence Project and serves on the board of the NICU Parent Network. Erin said her favorite place to get away from all is her bed. She added, "It is the only place I get to go on a semi-regular basis." Congratulations, Erin. A partner at Williams Mullen, Richmond lawyer Laura Windsor chairs the firm's Labor, Employment, and Immigration section. In this role, she oversees a team of 12 attorneys while also maintaining her own full-time practice. Laura co-chairs the firm's Trade Secrets, Employee Mobility, and Restrictive Covenants practice, and also has helped counsel businesses on the impacts of COVID-19. Outside of the firm, Laura serves as an adjunct professor at the William & Mary Law School. Laura says she feels very proud and grateful when former students reach out to tell her about how they're using things taught in her employment discrimination class. Laura was born in Philadelphia and lived there until she was 12, when her family began moving around a lot. She said her grandfather's favorite line was, "Don't forget where you are from." She took that to mean that she is from a modest, hardworking family. And she added, she has never forgotten. Congratulations, Laura.
Virginia Lawyers Weekly asked each of our honorees one question. What's a fact that most people may not know about you? Here are some of their responses.
One fact my friends may not know about me is I used to be a pretty good water skier. I grew up water skiing on the back bays here in Stone Harbor, New Jersey. In fact, we skied so much, I learned to ski slalom. Congratulations to all the women in the class of 2021.
When I was in elementary school, I got to go to a Finnish school. We traveled quite a bit because of my mom's research, and she did research into cancer. And so on 2 different occasions, we lived in Finland. It was great. I went to a Finnish school. My favorite subject there was definitely English because it was the only class I understood.
I'm a natural introvert. I've always enjoyed relaxing by reading. Now I've made myself into a work extrovert, and when I tell people I'm an introvert, they don't believe it, but it's true.
A colleague at work challenged me to get back in shape. So she was 10 years my senior, she was in her 60s, but she regularly ran marathons and half marathons. In 2010, together we ran the Paris half marathon, which was lots and lots of fun. But the big success story of it was, a part of the challenge was to complete the race in under 2.5 hours. So my official ending time was 2 hours, 29 minutes, and 59 seconds. That is meeting your goal without expending any unnecessary additional energy. So I view that as a big success.
When I was a little girl, I had a cow named Donna. My dad bought it for me. We kept it on my grandmother's farm in Murray, Kentucky. When I would go there in the summer to visit my grandmother with my mom and my dad and my sisters, I would play with the cow, hang out in the dirt with the cow, take lots of pictures with the cow, and I would also ride a donkey with my sister Carol Ann. My husband and my kids think that's super funny because there are some really strange, cute pictures of me with the cow when I'm young, and I also seem to have this strange, odd connection with cows when our family goes to Napa Valley and we see them, striped ones, speckled ones, etc. I get super excited and act like the paparazzi taking pictures.
I am a karaoke one-hit wonder for Vanilla Ice's Ice Ice Baby. Every time I perform that at a karaoke function, I get a standing ovation. I know all the words. Strange, but true.
Well, they do know that I don't know how to take selfies, but they probably don't know that I have 60 lipsticks in my desk right now.
I was shy as a child and as a young adult. And given that I'm a litigator and that I am paid to talk for other people, I think that would be very surprising to my friends.
I was one of those so-called band nerds. I started playing the piccolo when I was 6 years old because my fingers were too small for the keys on the flute. And since then, I was in marching bands and symphony bands and recital bands and jazz bands. Any kind of band was fine by me. And I even played in the University of Michigan Symphony Orchestra.
I grew up eating ice cream every single night of my life with my family at 9 o'clock before bedtime, which is the best time to eat ice cream, I hear. And also that I consider myself an above average whistler.
I spent part of college and the beginning of my law school career working as a historical interpreter at Mount Vernon, George Washington's estate. I spent a lot of time talking to the public about the estate, answering their questions. It had the unintended consequence of improving my public speaking, which was helpful for things like opening statements later on in my career. And I got to learn a lot about George Washington.
I was charged with a felony. Charged is the key word. I was not ever convicted. And it's not as funny a story once you explain it, but it actually was a bad check. I went to college in South Carolina. I'm from North Carolina, and South Carolina has a law that if you bounce any check in any amount, if you're from out of state, that's a felony. And so that is my salacious story, and luckily it got all worked out, and I was able to still choose the career path of being a prosecutor.
And now, back to Paul.
Thanks, Jason. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the 2021 class of Influential Women of Law from Virginia Lawyers Weekly. Let's give them one more round of applause. The next program that we will be hosting is our dual event, Leaders in the Law and Up-and-Coming Lawyers. That'll be in October, and we hope to see you at the John Marshall in downtown Richmond. Please be sure to send us your nominations. Once again, our big thank you to our sponsors.
Our platinum sponsor, Barnes & Deal, and our bronze sponsors, Goodman Allen Donnelly and Patton Warnham Hatton and Diamondstein.
Thanks, and have a great evening, everyone.